We're live.
Well, whoop-de-doo.
Sending a little thing. There you go.
You should have some energy when you start your show.
I know. Shouldn't I?
Yes.
But I don't. I need people to antagonize me to get my energy level up.
Okay.
Campers. I went to summer camp for a bunch of years when I was a kid.
But Chauncey and I went to the same. I think we went to the same.
Are you thinking Chauncey or are you thinking Myers?
Oh, Myers. I'm sorry. Sorry, Chauncey. Yeah, all you LA people look alike.
I went to a Jewish summer camp on the Chesapeake Bay.
We called it a Jewish commie camp. It was sort of Zionist camp, Camp Swig in the Saratoga Mountains, up near Santa Cruz.
I went to Camp Kaufman.
Bring in the sunshine.
There is a movie with Alan Arkin, Indian Summer.
Oh, yeah.
And it's about grown adult campers that come back
right
to the summer camp. They're invited there because the Alan Arkin is the guy who runs the camp, is looking for a successor. That is very similar to the camp I went to.
Okay.
The guy who ran it, very similar kind of movie.
So the archivist and Todd spent the night in Idaho last night. They left Seattle on their way to Denver. I think
Did they have their shit moved, or are they driving shit?
They have 2 pods full that will be there like a week after they get there, and then they had a small, I guess, U-Haul hitch to add extra stuff on. Amanda's got a tow hook on her Subaru, so yeah, so they have to go tandem, and they have 2 cats, 1 cat in each car.
Rick's. So here's my meatball story. One summer I didn't go to camp. I hung out with my grandparents because they took me to Vegas and LA. But I hung out with them in New York for a couple weeks. And my grandma took me to see Meatballs. And Meatballs was similar to the summer camp. Very similar. So years later, I would test movies for Ivan Reitman. And I said to Ivan Reitman, I went to summer camp. It was just like Meatballs. He goes, everyone tells me
that. Ry Cooder covers that song, One Meatball.
No.
It's my Ry Cooder connection.
Here's the disaster. Rick Dees, who was a famous LA DJ.
I know he did. He did a lot of parody songs, too.
Yeah, well, he had that Disco Duck, but he did the theme song to Meatballs.
Morning.
And speaking of a meatball.
What does Mazzy call his VC summer camp? Camp Buttermaker. You know why? Because Maslov in Russian means buttermaker.
Well, Buttermaker is the name of Walter Matthau's character in the Bad News Bears.
Well, there you go. So Camp Buttermaker. I used to, when I was a kid, I thought maybe I should have Norman and the Buttermakers, and we could do churn, churn, churn.
Instead of turn.
This is Mazzy.
You don't have to explain the joke. Usually you just leave it.
Yeah, you do. That one you do. It was a bridge too far.
I don't think so. I think people got it.
So Jim had a, what do you call it? Something of a crisis. Moment of crisis. He thought he could take his show on the road, but it didn't work out for him.
What do you mean?
Never mind. So Jim, tell all the peoples what you did yesterday.
All the people
what you did.
I went to. I purchased a.
Not yesterday, Tuesday. The reason you weren't.
The reason I wasn't here Tuesday was because at 7:30 Tuesday morning, I was at a house up in Laurel Canyon, and we started pulling stereo equipment out of this house. I have a pair of that big black thing there is a whatchamacallit.
Hey, and no one lift that audio clip from Jim, okay?
What audio clip?
You need a fill card, or you need a fill card or some kind of reflective thing to open up that dark set there and get some light in your room.
Light. Okay, so the big black,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
the big
Yeah.
thing that you pointed at, what is it?
That is a electrostatic speaker, flat panel speaker. I'm blanking on the from England.
Are you buying the
It's a-
stuff, or are you kind
It's a
of
quad.
Him and a partner
so-
have bought all this equipment and they're gonna flip it.
Yeah, I'm a flipper when it comes to equipment. So these are quad ESL 988s. Very nice speaker. I hooked them up in this room. I'm listening to them now. Last 2 days, they are great speakers. They sell like 20 years ago. They were 10 grand new. I think we're going to try to sell them for about 1,500. There's a interesting turntable. I don't know if you can see it, but
is that the ugly one you showed us?
yeah, that's the fugly one. It is fucking killer. It's about a $30,000 turntable.
It looks
with a
like the
Schroeder
the Elon
2.0
Musk.
arm on it.
it looks like that vehicle, that Jeep vehicle Elon does.
It looks exactly like it, only completely different. So that
What,
doesn't
how,
look
how
anything
much
like
is that
that.
tone? How much is that tone arm?
Tone arm is about, well, we're going to sell it with the table, but used, you can buy those for about $1,200-$1,500. That table that it's on is worth a fortune. The what else I've got here? Hold on.
Beginning to look like a hoarder.
Yeah, I gotta get rid of this shit.
Why?
You need any cable lifters? Anybody? Cable lifters? These are cable elevators.
You know, they have nicer one. I mean,
You
these
don't
are
want these
like
are,
80s, that 80s ugly design style.
the thing of it is that it's fucking gorgeous. Don't listen to Mazzy. It looks
Okay.
really good.
I
got
These
it.
are
aesthetic.
these are the good ones. These
Those
are
look
the
like what's the game where they use the broom and this on the ice and they
I
throw
can
those
see-
around?
Mazzy. I can see where you would think that. I can see.
Can
where
I
you
ask
think
you? Can I ask
that.
you a
Look,
question?
Mazzy. If you put these under your speaker cables, it would look like shit, but your stereo would sound a little better. But you don't want to do that.
Well, wait.
You're
How
not-
many of those do you need?
You need a lot of
I've got
lifting.
8 of them.
mean-
I have 8. There's four per
Curling.
cable.
Thank you, Mr.
8 of
Kibler.
them. So there's these things. These are not for Mazzy. These are obviously not for Mazzy.
No, they're
Are
not.
those? Are those? Is that like a flim flam
then-
device?
And then what else do we have? Well, here, this is talk about hoarding.
It's like
I just
it's
dumped
like
this
we have
out on the
Ron
floor.
Popeil on here today.
Look at that. Cables and shit.
Oh god.
Oh, here. Who wants this? This is like probably worth money. Oh. This is how you get your tone arm set up straight.
Well, that makes sense. You know, I mean, I have that geodisc that came, or I used to have it. It was in the,
Oh yeah, that's a piece of shit.
the Beetle
That doesn't do anything.
the MoFi
But
box.
so there's this kind of stuff. There's if you're familiar with Joule Electra,
I think
There's
they're snake oil.
what's snake oil?
Those cable lifters. It's a non.
Listen, they're $1,000. For $1,000, it's not snake oil. It's rare snake oil. Rare.
You're right. Michael's exactly right. They're good if you have carpets, because then you can vacuum around and vacuum the whole carpet without having to lift the cables off the floor.
And I can see where Mazzy, yeah, because Mazzy's more important and it's more important to make sure things are clean.
Well, no, it's a balance, but aesthetic.
No, it's not a balance. It's
Hey,
more
It's
important.
the
I heard
aesthetic, stupid.
I heard a rumor, Mazzy, and let me know if you think this is true. Michael 45 has cable lifters, but they're ex-members of the OBC. They're just holding the cables up.
You know, when you do the joke, don't start laughing like it's going to be funny
It's
before
funny.
before you even say the joke. You got to keep a straight face.
It was funny though.
Yeah, but you got to
So,
keep a straight face. You're better
this
than
guy-
that. Ron.
This guy bought every single snake oil thing there was. There are boxes of every type of fluid that you need to put on your CDs to make your CDs better. over the years. He's got all of them. You know, some of them partially used.
Were there box of Sharpies in the set just in case?
No, we left the fucking Sharpies. No, there's such crazy shit.
Is the OBC still going? That's a good question.
Oh,
is the OBC still going?
I'm throwing this away if anyone wants it. I have an envelope. Blank cassette labels. Who needs them?
Yeah. Hey, do you believe that Jim's the Rip Taylor of the VC?
Blank cassette labels, folks.
Start throwing confetti, Jim.
I'm going to throw them away.
Don't. Yeah. Put them in your auction, in Rob's next auction.
Blank cassette labels. They're $3 plus $10 shipping.
That'd be a good video. The top 5 snake oil devices for they set audio.
I'm sure that's been done, but for every time you do one, someone else will counteract or counter respond.
We're not smart enough to do the snake oil thing. What we think is snake oil. Sometimes
I told the story many times, and I'm going to say it again. I didn't say it on your show, but years ago, when Coleman used to come every year to my place, I think the first time he came here since I moved, I had my old, my different receiver, and it was plugged into like a power strip, but it was not a cheap power strip, but not a high end, but it was a noise, whatever reduction thing. And he was listening. He has a critical ear. And first of all, when I think I had my Riga RP6, then he goes, "Your turntable's fast." And sure enough, it was instead of 33.3, it was 33.5 or 6, whatever. He could hear it. He's music. I didn't know that. I couldn't hear the difference. That's when Rigas were a little faster before you could shift the speed on it. But he said, "Let's try something." We unplugged the amplifier, the receiver, and we plugged it directly into the wall rather than through everything else. And I swear it sounded better. We could hear the difference.
Snake oil.
We could hear the difference just by plugging the amp directly and not, hooked up with everything else.
Hey,
was
Marty,
it different or was it better?
It was better. More clarity. It was just richer. It was better, and it surprised the hell out of me. Seriously.
Snake oil.
Well,
no, I remember when I was a kid. When I was a little kid, I broke my speaker wire, and I replaced it with lamp cord, which was a lot thicker, and everything sounded better.
Well, a heavier gauge will definitely. That's a real thing. Not necessarily a better.
This is a very long power cord. Who wants it?
Did you break the lamp?
Well, somebody designed a. There was a guy, a viewer who is an audio installer thing. He made these custom amp cables, and I traded out way back. I used his custom cable on my my amp instead of the stock cable that comes with it, and there's an improvement there too.
Snake oil. This guy I didn't bring any of them. Donnelly took all.
See, we need Michael up here to kind of tell it like it is.
Yeah, Michael knows. I don't know. But this guy had cables. I'm not kidding. This thick around power cables. Unbelievable.
Well, Coleman had the Lin turntable.
LP12.
Yeah. And his was he had it for like 20 years. And over the years, he'd always upgrade and they always had these upgrade testing. So he had that. He was convinced. Now, this is weird. The mat on it. Was it a felt mat? What mat is on the Lin? I don't even remember. But
the mat on the Lin makes a huge difference.
But one side of the mat sounded better than the other side. And Coleman's not a snake oil guy. He wasn't. No. But he would sometimes, he'd take it off and put it on the wrong way, and he could tell right away. It's weird.
The things I've done to my setup is putting my turntable on like a bamboo board. That seemed noticeable difference to me.
Yeah, I mean, I tried an isolation platter that I borrowed, one of the ISO, whatever they're called, that and it didn't help on my thing. And I could definitely have a better surface because I have a chambered credenza. It's not ideal. I have a lot of compromises, and I'm well aware of it. Despite the TV in the middle of the speakers, like Chad Kassem has in one of his rooms.
How do we know that?
Oh, he shot. There was that video a year ago of a tour of his place. He had a high-end downstairs. Upstairs, he had a setup. And there was a TV right there. I remember that. I did a clip. I think I did a screen grab of it just to say, hey, Chad has a TV between his speakers upstairs or in one of his, not his main setup.
Well, wait, Joe, are you normally watching or listening to music in the nude?
Well, that
you need to put
actually,
these underneath your.
No, I know he's kidding, but that's a real thing.
You got to put this underneath your turntable. Boom! I got 3 of them.
Well, I mean, do they go the other way?
No, you put your, you would put your
spike.
No, your board on top of these.
Oh,
you put your cutting board on top of these things, and it isolates it even further.
A Ginkgo platform.
Hey, Jim, did you pull one of those like RED helmets out of there too?
If I didn't have a TV, if I didn't have a TV between my speakers, I could do the wall mount. Riga has that wall mount. That would be the ideal.
Yeah, but you have the TV that actually does make an audible in the sound.
What do you mean?
The plasma.
Oh, the plasma is the worst thing because when I'm amps on, you get a buzz because of the plasma. And my guy, eventually I'm going to change it out on a new, but I like the picture of a plasma. I like the cinematic.
You can go get a brand new TV the same size for $500.
Yeah,
that has a better picture.
I always want to get the better one, and the better one is probably you're right.
Probably.
I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right, and it would take up less energy. And in fact, mine's a 60. The 65s are basically almost the same size frame wise as the 60s. Not much.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah.
Did you guys accidentally take the urn with the guy in it out to the house?
The dead guy urn?
Yeah.
No,
you stop laughing at your own jokes, Rob.
I didn't laugh. I delivered it.
You were in that house all alone, and there was some art. There was some art in there that was worth big bucks. We looked at it and left it.
Who let you in to the
Amanda,
house?
I don't believe. I know you're.
They had a workman. Guy was working on the kitchen. He let us in. Then he left and left us with a key. We were there all fucking day, man.
The thing that is not snake oil is power, because most of it, I got spoiled when we renovated our San Francisco place. We added the 3rd floor. I had 3 dedicated lines to the stereo AV wall, and
that makes a difference.
And each quad, there's a quad of plugs. The left and right were different lines, so you could go right next to each other as well. So that was the best thing. I wish I could do it here. It would probably cost me $1,500 to run dedicated lines here. But at this point in my life, I'm not going to spend $1,500 on it. If I was working still like the old days, it'd be worth it. And obviously using hospital plugs. I think Michael upgraded his plugs too. But my friend Larry, my late friend, the drummer guy, every time someone was using, he had an open concept kitchen like this, the living room. Every time the microwave was going on, he'd get noise in his stereo, because it was probably on the same circuit.
Right.
So that is a real thing.
I'll say this. Michael Fremer, for me, his video should be a minute long, because after watching more than a minute, he loses me. But the one where he had that professional company come in and rewire his house,
right?
That was a good way to understand
that does help. That really does help.
Hey, put it in new ground.
Clean.
You know what I want? I want to. Someone help me out. Michael, help me out on this. Two marine batteries, an inverter, and a trickle charger to keep them batteries
Do
charged.
they all walk into a bar?
Why don't we use that instead of, plugging into mains?
Okay,
Why don't we use batteries in a good inverter? Michael?
All right. Send him an email. He went to work. Hey,
Oh.
Paul, thanks for noticing. This is a brand new track jacket. I'm up to my 7th track jacket. Thank you.
Unbelievable. Oh, here. I did spend some.
I
broke it.
Yeah.
No, I did spend some money.
Oh, I've seen that, Michael. Thank you. Michael sent me the Ginkgo or the Ginkgo platform.
Nothing has improved the sound.
$599.
Yeah. Stupid.
I got the Townsend. It's $1,000 and it made a difference. I got this. This is a record weight that I purchased because
of Frank Zappa.
I'm a complete fucking idiot.
Yep,
got a little weight to it. It's good. It's not bad. I don't like the color, but it improves the sound. It definitely adds a mustache to what you're listening to. So
nice.
You want that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Rob will blend in Glendale. That is for sure. And
what does
Burbank.
that mean? What does that mean?
Nothing. Rufus and I are not being racist.
That's not a
301. That's a good table.
No, you serious? I thought Jared's are just regular tables.
Jared's the pedophile who worked for the sandwich shop.
No, it's a Gerard, and it's a rim drive.
Oh, no comment on that. So,
hey, I have some. I went out shopping yesterday because Jim wasn't free. I went out by myself, record shopping,
all alone on the road.
By myself.
I picked up a nice white label promo of the Sun Ra.
BBC Impulse. Is that about a 76 or 77?
It's a neon, but it's a reissue. Like,
what's the date? 77 or 78?
74. It's a good try. But it's I think practically all of the Sun Ra Impulse titles are reissues of from his labels, Saturn. So this was a cool pickup. I picked up another Music Matters Lee Morgan Tomcat, and this originally came out as one of those postcard. What is the name of those?
Pass.
The horrible design cover, the shelved records they put out in 1980. Right. But this came out in 2008 on Music Matters.
Okay.
And then actually this one has the Music Matters booklet in there, which I've never seen in any of the ones I have. This thing. Did you have this, Mazzy?
No, I don't think.
This is a nice booklet, very informative, tells you their whole process and how they did everything. There's the old crew's back together again. Do you know who that is?
Kevin and Ron Rumbach and Steve Hoffman. And Kevin on the right.
Joe Harley.
From right to left is Kevin, Steve Hoffman, Joe Harley, and Ron Rumbach.
No, Joe Harley standing next to Kevin.
That's in the white. In the white.
There's Kevin.
No, that's not right. That's not. You're not right.
Yeah. But this is cool. I've never seen
a mustache. You're wrong, Rob. You're wrong.
All right, whatever. But this is cool. How about? Do you know this record, Mazzy? I know I'm falling into a thing. Do you know this one?
Oh, Don Ellis of the Fillmore. Yeah, I don't have it. My friend Larry, we used to joke because he had Don Ellis and Maynard Ferguson. So I said, all you got is white jazz in your collection. So we used to joke about him.
You know, I think he won an Oscar, Don Ellis. He
scored some films and TV.
No, he's the French Connection.
Oh, that's okay.
And it didn't come out on vinyl.
I did not know
but it
that.
was released in the 2000s twice on CD, and it's expensive CD. It's like $30 to $100.
There you go.
But that's something. Maybe it's Sony. Is if
I have
no,
heard. Yeah. So they could do a music on vinyl version. I have heard that. I never owned it.
yeah, it's very wild. And then I got a Japanese, but with the original cover. I think this is the first lead Duke Jordan record that came out on Savoy.
Okay.
And it's each side's a different lineup. So on the first side, it's a trio with Art Blakey and Percy Heath, and then a bigger band with Cecil Payne, Eddie Burt, and same as Percy Heath and Art Blakey. This is a good record.
Like
Don
like
Ellis was like,
Jordan.
if you heard of Maynard Ferguson, Don Ellis was,
He's like avant-garde.
well,
He's a little more
big brass,
daring.
big brass ensembles.
But his some of his stuff gets a little different.
Think of 70s TV shows, kind of jazzy. Street San Francisco.
He passed away young. He passed away in his young 40s.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So and then I found this 10-inch of Mary Lou Williams.
DJ Trish, it arrived yesterday, and I haven't got to it yet. It arrived yesterday. Thank you. Yesterday.
Yes. Thank you, DJ Trish. Can you guys limit your responses to Mazzy, please?
No, this is a give and take with the gallery. I mean, we have to respond. We have to be nice to the gallery, right?
No, I'm not nice to the gallery.
Thank you, DJ Trish.
Thanks for ruining my flow, DJ Trish.
No. It's the music, stupid.
Hey, can I read two emails that I got from Deckware yesterday? Been on a waiting list for 3 years.
Hi, Jim. It's me, Cindy. What is it?
Well, it does say, hi, Jim Kaplan. The first one says, hi, Jim Kaplan. Just a note to let you know the status of your SEWE 300B order has been updated to parts pulled. Oh, wait a minute. I got another email from them. Hi, Jim Kaplan. Just a note to let you know the status of your SEWE 300B order has been updated to on the bench. They're building it right now as we speak. Let's send out some love groove that they do an excellent job. Just a 300.
You know what's going to happen, Jim, with your luck? With the wartime, there'll be a war times act where we need to donate all metal.
All the 300B tubes they got to take.
All the metal has to be donated and put applause on your amp.
So on the bench means my order is now being built. The next phase is testing, which means it's built and being tested. Then quality control, then packing and shipping.
Jim wants a sticker. Like when he opens the box, he gets a little thing saying, built by Carol.
Waxed.
Yes.
You're a professional shipper. So I assume you subscribe to the emails from the USPS so you know about deliveries coming, right?
Well, I mean, I just have a standard account with them. I get notifications when
every morning you get the mail that's coming in that day. You get that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So here, this has never happened to me before. There's something, it looks like it's Great Britain. Okay. See, it says the GB, Great Britain tracking.
Yeah.
And it says, this package was shipped with counterfeit postage. Please contact the merchant or seller with any questions.
Wow.
Is that really look at the email that sent that. Is that really?
Yeah, that's my normal USPS delivery digest for today. It has the whole, like I have 0 mail pieces, 1 package is on the way. I get this every morning. Wow.
Counterfeit postage.
I never heard that in my entire life.
Do we have
back in the 70s, my mother went to Amsterdam to visit. She had a boyfriend that was an artist living there.
You know, when my friend Brooks was living when he moved to New York, we drove across country when he moved in 1984 to Manhattan. And that was a time when like Basquiat was happening and all the New York art scene, the downtown scene, and the post-punk stuff. And they used to have these art posters on. And so we used to this thing, they'd have these posters like this on like on telephone poles, whatever they call them in New York. It wasn't telephone poles, but we'd rip them off. And I remember Brooks and I had this running joke. I would fold it up like a really art poster or music poster, and I would address it to him, and I would draw a picture of a stamp with like a mustache and just like a, 34 cents or 50, whatever the thing was. And I just stick it in a mailbox. And almost every time it got to him, and he started doing it too. So we went back and forth drawing pictures of stamps and mailing these things we'd pull off poles.
Okay, that's really cool.
It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny.
I was going to talk about the envelope. I had an envelope story. I had more of a mail story, something to do with the mail. It had to do with you were telling a story about the mail too. So you went from the mail to just fake mail.
And
my mom was in Amsterdam. My mom sent me a letter.
Shush. Jim is talking. Shut up.
Mr. Williams says I'm interrupting you.
Yeah.
My mom sent me a letter from Amsterdam in 1977. And when the letter arrived at my house, it had been opened. And inside the envelope was a red piece of paper that said, in pursuant to U.S. Custom Code, blah, 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 narcotics and or contraband were removed from this package. My mom sent me some hash and they took it out. But that's all that happened.
How many moms send their children drugs?
Hashishi from Amsterdam. Come on. My mother was an illegal alien in Amsterdam. She overstayed her visa by 2 years.
How many years? When was this at? When was this?
70s, late 70s. She borrowed my coat.
We ain't getting jack shit. I'll tell you that.
Greg, that's supposedly businesses, but they're screwing up the public with that. So
I got my tariff refund.
You did?
Oh, it just came out. Yeah, it just came out.
Hey, Fluffy. Yeah, they were shipped on ponies. How do you think they were sent?
Yeah, they did have cardboard back then.
Yes.
Cardboard was actually
if you belong to Columbia House, you got them in cardboard box.
That's the only mail order records I ever got, the record clubs. I don't think I ever ordered, unless it was a special thing from a cereal box for a flexi disc.
I used to order off the internet back in the 60s.
Really? I never did. Oh, you're funny. I get it. Okay. No, but I never, it was kind of a bad thing to order. I guess people did it in the 70s, like with Goldmine and that stuff. Oh
yeah. But everyone used to just rip off Columbia House once a year. Once a year, you'd sign up, get 10 free records, and never give them any money.
Put your neighbor's address, whatever.
Hey, Fluffy, your question was was me saying to like my grandparents, what was it like when the world was all in black and white?
Hey man, I grew up in a house where, we had a black and white TV. We didn't get color TV.
I had a black and white TV when I was a kid.
Yeah. It didn't matter because I woke up so early that you'd sit there and have to watch the test patterns.
Okay, here's this kid. I went to elementary school. Everyone had a weirdo kid. The weirdo kid at my elementary school his name was Douglas Reeby. That's a weird kid's name anyway. The dude used to sit there and not do the work in class. He would draw on pieces of paper. And he came up to me once and he goes, see this piece of paper? And it was just boxes of a pencil, different shading of boxes. And he goes, see this? This is what red looks like on my black and white TV.
Okay. That kid right now
yes,
is a .com billionaire.
No.
Or he's in prison.
He's the strange custodian at the school now.
Oh, look. Who needs a
Is
weight.
that the guy's pacemaker?
No, this is to measure the
stylus
weight.
weight.
Stylus.
Yeah. I have one.
A good one. This one's heavy duty. Heavy duty Judy. I
Man,
got so much crap to
did
get
you
rid of.
take anything of value out of that guy's house?
Well, the turntables, yeah, but most of the Jewel Electra is unbelievable. The speakers are incredible, but we had to take everything. That was part of the deal. And he had boxes of shit, cables from 30 years ago. But the amplifiers I got, there's like 3 cassette decks, 3 CD players, amplifiers,
Hey,
all kinds of shit.
all right, we have a sale. Send that to Jack. Send it to Jack.
You need a stylus weight.
He literally says, "I need a stylus weight."
A stylus weight. Well, this is not actually a weight.
And he thinks your name is Kim, which I agree
All
with.
right. The scale. All right. How do I get it to Flame and Groove? Where are you?
Hey, Craig.
He's north. He's north of Berkeley.
I saw that this King made a speech here, and to his credit, I saw glimpse he was slamming Trump. So
he made some funny jokes and some not so funny, and he did say something about well, he made a few good little jabs.
Hey, I can't believe I got those quads.
Checks and balance.
Loves those quads.
Hey, Jim, just write San Pablo on a box and put it in there.
Draw a stamp on it. Just draw.
I'll send it to Down Home. I'll send it to John at Down Home, and you can pick it up there. No. Oh, I know what I have. Someone here in LA needs this. I've got a VPI 16.5 record cleaner. A good, it's
what
year?
What year is it?
It's pretty old. I don't know.
It looks like you could make it yourself.
It looks like a
here's
Boy
the picture of it.
It's part. If you guys have like if you've got a Humming Guru, if you're someone who like cleans records, it should be part of your record cleaning routine.
Yeah, here's a picture of one of the turn. Do you guys want to see a picture of one of the turntables, Jim? Got. I have it right here. So if anyone wants this turntable, Jim picked it up at that.
That has isolation. See, that has isolation.
The quads are 988s, Bill. The quads are 988s. Here's you can't really tell, but there's one of them. 988s.
Here it is. I'm being serious. You want to see a picture of this?
It's the ugliest fucking box. Look at that.
What the fuck do you want for a record cleaning? They could have made it a lot nicer.
Look,
they could have made the nice ones are 10 grand.
Okay? It looks 1961 kindergarten.
Yeah,
music player.
Jim, can I have this and I'll go to a middle school science fair and win?
Exactly.
Here's the thing of it. I would love to see you do that and put a record on it and try to play it, Rob. That's something you could do. It's not a record player, assholes. It's a VPI vacuum cleaner. It's got a big vacuum underneath there.
That sucks.
What do you want it in it?
Does it still work?
I'll tell you one thing that looks like shit right now is Mazzy's shirt. You got to get rid of that shirt, bro. It's just
we get a little moire pattern on there.
It's just too weird. It's moving around. It looks like food.
Well, you're stoned.
Looks like something you should eat.
Hey,
but anyways,
Mr.
the
Williams,
VPI. If anyone here in LA wants the VPI, let me know. We're gonna sell it. I'll sell it to someone in the VC for $250.
Seriously, Jim, how much do those go for?
They sell for $1,200 today. Wow. You can buy that for $1,200 from VPI. I'll sell anyone in the VC here locally for $250. I'm going to put it on eBay or US Audio Mark for $300.
Mr. Williamson wants to know if you have any cassette decks for sale.
I do have 2 cassette decks.
Here you go.
Where are you located?
Where are they?
He's in the South somewhere.
Here's one.
Is he in Georgia, Atlanta? Where are you?
I wouldn't mind a cassette deck. That's me.
Well, I wouldn't sell you this piece because of your attitude. I don't like
My
your
attitude,
attitude.
I'm giving you a platform to sell this
Here's
stuff.
a nice JVC cassette deck.
Okay,
And
how
I
much
have
is that?
I
For
don't
you,
know. I gotta look at
500.
that. I gotta make sure it works first, okay?
All right,
Before I
I'm up for one of those cassette decks.
and then I have a Sony that weighs about twice as much as this does.
I'd rather have the JVC.
I've got something for you, Rob. Here.
Jim is
Oh,
upselling.
I have a box of just shitty paper sleeves with liner inside.
Those are nice. Keep those.
Hey,
Yeah, but
just
they
put
scare
those under
me.
your chair. You need a liner for your seat.
I should put that underneath me. Yeah, make me taller.
Oh, Joe Williamson works on
A big fucking huge Paradigm subwoofer, like 15-inch sub.
Hey, you're being called out by Poetry.
What poetry? What? Talk to me. Yeah. Well, yeah. Look it up. They go for $1,200 now. You didn't pay $600. You paid $900. I paid $600 for mine back in 2000. 25 years ago, I paid $600.
I mean, look at those high-end materials.
That's fugly.
Why don't you look it up? Why don't you look up the new ones, Rob?
Well, this isn't a new one. This is from 1963, right?
I want you to compare. You need to do a comparison.
I think that was played. Some classroom played that during the Kennedy assassination.
Anyway, I love talking about equipment with these two who know nothing about equipment.
We don't. I don't know anything.
I've got a. I don't even know what it is.
All right, Jim, I've already found a flaw in your nonsense.
Go ahead.
Here's the new one. You are right, 1,200. But instead of like tongy things, it's got switches, and it has a cover.
So does this one.
Not in the picture you sent.
Oh yes, it does. Hello, dude. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have a cover except for the cover that it has. Other than that, there's no cover.
The picture you sent is coverless.
That is
maybe the cover was up.
They could work on the design.
The cover goes up and
they
the cover
could
goes
work
down.
on the design form factor.
Mine has a cover that goes like this, Rob. When you lift it.
Hey, Jim.
I took the picture like that.
Here's the question for you. If you lift off the top of it, if you lift off this part of it.
If you lift off that part of it, you have broken it.
No.
Broken it.
Is that a hinge or a lift?
Oh, hold on, Mazzy.
It's a
if
hinge,
you lift
man.
off that top, is there like one of those old labyrinths where you put a marble on there and you move it around underneath it? Thank you.
No. Why would I wouldn't even think that would. God. So anyway, yeah, obviously, Rob, you're good with the Humming Guru. Don't buy records from
I
Rob.
also have that the Humming Guru.
For anyone who's serious, who's interested in this VPI locally here, I'm going to put it.
Hey, wait! Didn't Dr. Robert go through 15,000 of those machines?
Hey, Pat, I ordered the 33.
No, Rob, no.
45.
Remember how he? Yeah, that was a completely different thing, right, Rob?
What?
Dr. Robert had problems with a $4,000.
Hey, this is underneath the record, the VPN thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, if anyone's interested from the VC, before I put it up for sale, because I already have one. What else? That's it. How good is that Funkadelic reissue, Rob?
The regular 33 is outstanding. I don't know why you need to go out and get it. Did they put it out on 45? I don't even know if they did that.
They did. They did.
The regular one sounds fantastic.
And now that Mike is back from London, maybe I'll get mine fucking shipped. They made a label before he left, and it has been shipped. But to his defense, or his company's defense, I'm sure they shipped a lot of Record Store Day out. So I haven't gotten mine yet.
Hey, Rix, you had a good take earlier. Now you've fallen back into bad takes.
I just have the
beginning
one
was
turntable,
pointed.
and I don't even know the name of it. It's very high end.
It's a $13,000 turntable, isn't it? What is it? You have $13,000, Rex?
I'm not selling it for 13. We're selling it for 8, including the arm and the table that it's
Yeah,
on.
Rex, do you have
No
$8,000?
Nakamichi. No
Man, for eight-
Nakamichi. I wish that I had a Nakamichi. I found a Nakamichi for $20, not the fancy one, but still a
Hey,
good one.
Marcus, if you're lucky, you get that at the minimum.
You know, Rick's, I don't have the 219. Oh, the 219. Is that the double one? Is that the double one of Warren Zevon? Because the one they did around 212, 210 is terrible, of the self-titled. And there's something wrong with the tapes, because MoFi was going to do the Zevon, and they didn't. They did Excitable Boy, but they announced the first one too. I have never heard a good one except for the originals, the first few pressings of Warren Zevon. But they did the one with the extra tracks, the expanded one, is not bad. But yeah, that's why they haven't done like a Rhino Hi-Fi or Reserve, I think, of that Warren Zevon.
Hey, no, since no one appreciates, but Anthony's here. Hey, Anthony, how you doing? Are you feeling good? I found a bunch of classical too. I found for $1 a UK. How are these UK living stereos? What do people usually say about these?
Why don't you listen and decide for yourself instead of
Why don't
reacting to peer pressure?
let me interact with the chat? Okay. How about this one? This is a Decca, a French Decca. And I've never seen that label before, a French Decca.
La Decca.
Really nice. And it's very kind of clean looking. But you have to play it. I have to play it first to find out. So I don't know how these French ones.
He says some are amazing and dollar sign.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cult Fist.
Hmm?
What is the history of what's the history of peacocks in Arcadia? Rob wants to know.
I don't want to know anything about peacocks. I know enough.
Yes, you do. You love peacocks.
You just like half of the word peacock. Actually, you like both words separately.
You're such a little boy.
Are you, Anthony? Are you going to be doing a live stream next week? It was Wednesday yesterday. I think I'm going to do.
So they imported them on purpose. I thought one guy brought them. Where are they from originally?
Hey, Rex, you hear what you want to hear. I'm going to probably do an auction a week from Saturday, I think. That's what I think. So I have a lot of good shit.
I got a lot of crap to throw away.
Did you see? People should look on YouTube. There's like a 20-minute, 25-minute interview with the owner of Millennium Music.
That actually
It's
is
good.
a good interview.
It's a local TV interview, but it's a long form.
Yeah,
But
it's very cool.
The guy who interviewed him was a good interviewer.
It's pretty good.
He seemed to have done homework.
Yeah.
And that Music Millennium guy was not. He was there with his knowledge and his experience. He didn't hesitate or anything. It was a good interview.
He's selling
very
the
honest, very
He's
open,
selling the
very-
store. He's got interest. He's going to decide in June. He's narrowing it down like 4 people, supposedly, or companies.
But his history of
he's not going to sell it
history
to like a
really-
VC or investment company. He wants it to, someone's into music. It's not cheap. I think it includes the building. I think Dr. Robert talked to him. I think he wanted like $8 million or something.
Well, the only way owning a record store,
for the business and the building.
yeah, the only way owning a record store to me makes sense is if you own the building.
Yeah.
If you're not
well,
paying rent,
I think that includes the building and the inventory. The thing is, I like Millennium a lot. It's a great store, but it's not a great used store. At least it's not set up as a great used store. And they have a lot of stuff back in.
In my history, the only time I've seen people really make money in the record store business is in the real estate business.
Yeah, well,
the guys that buy the building make money.
But
Jackson,
Portland real estate is not cheap anymore.
You're on the wrong live stream, Jackson. No one has even mentioned baseball cards here. Wrong stream.
I have some. Let's talk Shohei though. Let's talk Ohtani.
I mean, look, he's one of the biggest. If you had T-Mobile, they give away the MLB channel for free each year. And actually, the Nationals are not horrible this year. They revamped the whole thing. It's like a Moneyball team. Like the manager's like 30, the GM's 30. And they actually have good bats. They need better pitching. They scored 14. I mean, the Mets suck. They scored 14 runs on the Mets yesterday.
I agree. Scott Wilson's Pressing Matters is a good channel. He's very calming in his presentations about his pressing.
And he's a nice guy.
Yeah, good guy.
A lot of people like watching his stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, I had a great time on Nick and David's show the other day.
Yeah. Well, that's a great story.
We'll give you a cookie.
Hey, here's the deal.
Oh, they haven't asked you to be on, Mazzy? Ooh,
hey,
sorry,
breakfast.
I don't think I'm going to be a candidate in the near future.
That's fair. Hold on, Jim. Mazzy never met a live stream he didn't like, except
exactly. I know this is burning.
You know, it is when you're retired. Yeah, I compared this before. They're in San Francisco. I know I said San Francisco, but I would do it here if I had a group of friends. At least once a week, it'd be fun to meet at a cafe and hang out, like Broadway Danny Rose. You hang out, you chat, you watch people. I like that. That's what this is for me. And I think all the people in the peanut gallery, you get up in the morning, you're hanging out, you're talking music, and you veer off into different subjects. I missed that in person. I would like to do it in person. If I had a regular group, like Coffee Dave would be great, but he doesn't get up early. Kimbo's too far north for a morning coffee thing. Dr. Robert South, Harry South,
my father and his buddies do it every Saturday.
It would be fun to do like every Thursday or Friday morning, new release day at Easy Street, have breakfast there. That would be the ideal thing.
Well, you seem to create a group of guys who don't get up early.
Well, no, but like Kimbo does, but he has a job. He works, and even though he works at home.
Time Harry doesn't get up until noon.
Also, Harry's like 40 minutes south, and
but once a week, I'm sure he wouldn't mind traveling into.
But rush hour. He's on his way back. Did anyone go meet him or drive with him this time?
I saw PB Thou was here, and Kimbo's with you, so I say no.
I guess not. Huh?
Harry, are you listening to this while you're driving? Reach out to us.
Yeah.
Here's a nice piece. A tuner. This is a nice NAD tuner.
I had a whole Hafler amp, preamp, and tuner that I got.
What year is that from?
In the 80s.
I don't know. I haven't looked this up yet. The Hafler was like a receiver with the tuner in it.
No, it was three separates.
3 boxes.
It was the amp, the preamp, and the tuner. And I got him. We got him at cost when I worked for McCune Sound, Harry McCune Sound in San Francisco. And I shouldn't have. I sold it before I moved. I should have kept them for my downstairs system.
Everyone
knows who I worked for. I worked for the Good Guys for a while.
Everyone knows the rules. No. What does this mean? Early 80s, Rob. In context, Ricks.
Jim, Good Guys.
Jersey, they brought back that jersey. It's the best jersey they ever had. They brought it. They did bring.
We don't need to talk about baseball. Good Guys started in San Francisco in the Marina District. That was their first store.
They were good. They were fun places. I sold a system to Al Jarreau.
In the last 10 years, they would open stores in conjunction with Tower Records. There'd be a big tower and a Good Guys connected.
Hey, did Al Jarreau go, thank you for selling me that?
I don't want to ship the quads, Bill. I don't want to ship them. I don't have boxes or anything.
He could drive down. He lives.
I'd like to get around 1,500 for him.
Yeah, that's too much for Bill.
He has a motorcycle. He can't. I don't know if he has a car.
1500's out of his price range.
The only reason I want 1500 for them, I don't want to sell them. I don't want to sell them. I want to keep them.
Jim is going to rearrange his sock drawer. When I say that, it means his room today.
Yeah, the 220, the 220 Hafler is what I had, and then I forgot the numbers for the. Yeah, I like those, and I should have fucking kept them, and I didn't sell them for a lot, but I sold them through Craigslist before I moved. It was just good, solid power.
This is the 4155, so it's even older.
Yes.
Rick.
You know what?
4155.
I used to think Mazzy was the oldest person on the stream, but since you brought in all that equipment, Jim.
I don't understand how that makes me old.
I bought the
equipment's old.
In 1985 or 1986, I think, 5 or 6, I bought my very first CD player on a Friday. I bought an NAD CD player right when CDs, like after they were coming out. So I got it home, hooked it up. I had like 10 CDs by that point. Like I bought a bunch of CDs. Monday morning, I'm going to work at an apartment off of the Panhandle. Monday, at some point during the day, someone broke in to my apartment, stole all my stereo gear, including my new CD player, all my kitchenware, my socks, my underwear. They went in there. They broke through a wall in the back. Michelle's cat, Himalayan, was hiding under the bed because she was renovating her studio. So she was staying at my place and she had some stuff at my place. So it was such a fucker. And didn't touch my records, obviously. Who's going to steal 5,000 records? But all my gear was gone. My JBL 100s, the orange foam.
Oh shit, that sucks.
Yeah. I had a Yamaha system then, I think, Yamaha amp and preamp. 1985, I guess.
Breakfast King. I've got a NAD 4155 tuner that I'm selling.
Of course, I didn't have renter's insurance either.
Hey,
renter's insurance.
I think my only revenge against Rick's for horrible comments is that he lives in Canada.
Hey, we're all going to be Canadians soon.
Well, this seems to be a problem for Mazzy. It's regularly. It's not stolen if you throw it at people.
They went through drawers and just grabbed. It was bizarre. It was
all your clothes.
Mazzy didn't wear underwear for 2 weeks after that.
I once got my car broken into, and they stole my 8 tracks, but they left my 8-track player. And all you had to do was it was in the glove compartment with some wires in the back. You just had to pull.
Well, hold on.
It was such a shitty 8-track player. They left it.
Jim, how do you know this? Did you break into cars and steal 8-track players?
No, but I know I installed the 8-track player myself. And I knew that if you gently tugged on it and pulled it towards you, the wires would come undone and it would be yours forever. But it was, in fact, a really shitty 8-track player.
Well, after that's when I got the Hafler gear, because that's the place I was working at, and I bought, I can't remember what speakers I bought then, but I bought my final, what I thought was going to be my last turntable, because CDs were the thing, and I bought that dual CS 5000 turntable, which I have downstairs.
What year is this, Mazzy?
Well, I bought that turntable 85. This was 85.
Yeah.
What was the state-of-the-art turntable back then?
State of the art.
85?
Well, I remember that dual cost me almost $600.
The whatchamacallit was state of the art.
Orange techniques.
The Lin was state of the art.
Right.
There were some heavyweight. Yeah, Goldman Reference, that was state of the art, big time.
But that's when CDs were starting to happen, and I can't remember what
even though the Technics 1200 wasn't maybe state of the art, it was a damn good table. I had one. There were less companies manufacturing turntables back then than when we were buying records than they are now. There are more people making turntables now than there were in the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh, Soda were great. VPIs, that's right. VPIs, Soda, and Lynn. And Oracle. Oracle, too, from Canada. Yeah, those were heavy audio
Hey,
files.
Bobby, how many of them have criminal records?
What's Mazzy's spee? What does that mean? I don't know. What does that mean, Daddy Bog? What does that mean? Anybody know? I don't know what that means.
I believe that's a typo, sir.
Actually, I think he wants a vial of your pee.
Mazzy's spree? Mazzy's spee? I don't know what the fuck that means.
Well, it looks like Gabby, did you make it home safely from New England?
Oh, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned, I can't remember. It was after this show. On YouTube now, you can watch. It's a great documentary. Watch it while it's up. I don't know how long it's going to be up. Finding the bass, the Paul McCartney, when they found the Hofner bass, the whole search. It's really a good documentary. It's about 90 minutes. Watch it. Paul McCartney's Hofner bass. Search it on YouTube.
I told everyone to watch that documentary about that Ike White dude. Go watch it.
I still haven't listened to that album. I got the Kimbo picked me up a White album.
Also, go watch all the Chuck Norris movies. They're on there too.
Well, I have, Merrill. Was it George Merrill that was big in the 80s?
What?
Making tables?
Hey, does everyone know what today is?
It's the last day of the month.
It's a happy International Jazz Day.
Wow, that makes me so happy.
I know. Well, I know you're very depressed with all that old dead person's equipment in your room.
I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with it. I had to take everything. That's the problem. And the guy didn't throw anything away. Here, you want some Deoxit Gold G5? This is the wrong stuff.
Is that the stuff you do when you have a bald spot on your head?
Yeah, it's fake hair.
I'm pretty sure it would work on
Remember
you.
that spray paint shit for your
Give it a
bald
shot.
spot?
Hey,
I was at a bank once and I saw a guy whose head was sprayed.
Hey, Mazzy, did you see the Mad Max Fury Road movie?
I did, but I don't remember.
Jim takes it and just sprays it over his face.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure this is the right Deoxit. You want the red Deoxit. But Deoxit is good. Yeah, you want to keep your stuff clean.
Yes.
It's just insane.
Yeah, Rex uses Deoxit to put his toupee on.
Some seriously badass monster speaker cable.
Oh, God.
I think that you're going to use that for your victims that you catch, right?
You could use this for
You tie them up in your trunk.
I think they're going to get.
Oh, here's a nice
What's that? What's
Halo
those guys?
reference cartridge.
What are those guys that go pickers? Is it pickers that show? They're going to go through Jim's house.
Wait, go back to that, Jim. Go back to that Grado. Is the whole cartridge in there?
It probably could. Yeah.
You know, you're starting to look like Jim.
What?
Billy Bob. No, not Billy Bob. What's his name? Bonnie Prince Billy.
Not sure who
Profile
that is.
looks like Bonnie Prince
He's
Billy.
like
Anybody
a
know?
modern day
Not
guitar
sure who that is.
troubadour guy. Hey, the Grado, what is it? Is it a? So what type of cartridge is it?
It's a cartridge.
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah.
That comes.
Bonnie Prince Billy.
Yeah, that looks like a guy who used a lot of Deoxit.
Show them side by side.
No stylus. No stylus. You need no stylus.
You have
Gotta
to
send it
retip
up
it.
to. You got to retip it with what's his name up
Now,
in
how much
Sac.
does that cartridge go for?
It's over 1,000 when it new. I have to look it up and see what I'm going to dump it for. But if anyone's really interested,
Just put
I
a
got
pair
a
of
little
glasses on here, and we got Bonnie, Prince Billy, and Jim.
Actually, Jim, Mazzy brings up a good thing. You could travel the world pretending you're him.
I should do that.
People.
I know that you could travel. You could, Mazzy, you could do some paperwork and start collecting Social Security. I'll show you the picture for my Aunt B.
Your Aunt B looked like a man?
She looked exactly like Mazzy.
That's weird.
I don't trust anyone, Alan. In fact, I don't even trust your comment right now.
So anyways, yeah, this is a nice Grado reference that needs to be retipped. So obviously we'll let this go cheap as cheap.
How much does it cost to retip a cartridge like that?
Probably, I don't know. I've never actually retipped. It probably costs, depending on what you want to do. I mean, the guy up in Sacramento, isn't he about $700 or something to retip? Blanking on his name. But
now, in the hierarchy of cartridges,
here, this is more interesting than that.
Okay,
Mazzy.
Yes.
Check it out, dude.
Is that
check it out? It's
one of those things you can't start your car if you're drunk?
It's an L-fix detector. It is for
what does it detect? What does that mean?
It detects phase. PHAZE phase.
I thought it might be like a
phase
carbon monoxide.
I thought it was an ELF detector. It should be going off right now.
You know, this guy bought the weirdest shit.
$20. I don't know.
Man, this taking all this equipment out of this guy house looks like he won.
Yeah. In death, he won. Here.
Oh my God.
Hey, everybody. Jim doesn't remember people much, but about 20 years ago, Jim met this guy and pissed him off.
I'm sorry, Jim.
That guy looked up at the sky and says, "I'll get
full of these."
Record collector news, Jim.
You know, I don't think a human died. I think a Radio Shack died, Jim.
Hey, Jim. How many bad ties and horrible shirts were there too?
Gabby, I didn't see it because I saw a
clothes
preview
was
of
all
it.
gone.
I saw a screening of it a few months back.
Okay, here we go. This is a nice Sennheiser. And so here we go. Frank Sinatra, clearing a hairball. It's the good life. Thank you very much.
Hey, Jim. Gene Rayburn called. He wants his microphone back.
Full of fun seems to be the ideal. Wow.
You got
it's the good life.
Was this an auction house or a direct buy?
No, I went to this person's house and I looked at the shit and I did some research and I contacted them. And I said, look, this stuff is probably worth around, $10,000, $12,000, but it's going to take some cleaning and fucking around. I'm willing to give you $4,000 for it. And she said, oh, you know what? My son's going to sell it. Goodbye. And so 4 months later, she contacted me again and said, will you come and clean out the room for $3,500? She dropped the price $500. So Bob and I went up there, grabbed the shit. Bob's got most of it. My partner, he's got the boxes that you can ship easily. I've got the heavy stuff that we really want to sell, without shipping, local sale only. The Paradigm, preamp. I have the Paradigm subwoofer. There's no way that's going to get shipped. The Salamander rack. There's no way that's going to get shipped. This turntable, for crying out loud. I think we have it sold already, but
Jim, Radar O'Reilly called and said he needs all the props for MASH back.
I know.
That's kind of funny.
What is this stuff? I should get rid of this. This is grossing me out. It's like creepy. Ew.
What is it? Show it. Is it the guy's teeth?
Worse. It's Why? It's a splitter, but it's got.
I have a
weird
bag.
features on it.
I still have a big bag with all that kind of cable shit in it.
This is like 100 bags. Like I just dumped an entire box on the ground.
Hey, Jim.
It's not like phone cord.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah.
I got a great business idea for you. Clean out your barn, put all that equipment on display, and then open up a combination audio equipment museum and a petting zoo.
No, I was going to try to have like a sale. Here, how about this? Yellow. Oh, look, it's a magnifying unit.
Dude, you got that for free when you open a checking account.
This guy kept it.
You look
And
like
it's made out of plastic. It doesn't even really work.
Like a 12-year-old boy who bought the science kit at the science fair.
Hey, Jim, I got that free in a box of honeycomb once.
I know.
Cables multiply. I used to have this anvil case that said Maslow stenciled on it when I worked for McCune, because I'd have to do these installs for conventions and things. And I had every adapter in it, every like XLRs and splitters.
Yeah, I'm wondering, why do I have 30? Why do I have 30 power cords?
Yeah.
Why do I have 30 power?
Because you paid for them. Like,
No, I have never bought a power cord in my fucking life.
remember the BNC connectors and the XLR things and the.
I'll tell you what I did snag out of there that I'm keeping. It's a power strip where every plug has its own on-off switch. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I am like a kid in a candy shop, except for I'm throwing away most of the candy.
You're a kid in a candy shop in 1979.
Why do I have 30 copies of each Zappa release? Because they're different. They're all different.
I think after today, Jim will not be labeled the Zappa guy.
I'm going to be the.
This
I got a tube tester. I got a good tube tester.
This might be your worst episode, Rob.
Oh, no, it's the best episode.
Here, I got a box of this kind of. Look.
I think you're just showing the same cable over and over.
Look, there's more.
Hey, Jim, can I ask a serious question?
This does say Sony on it.
Jim, can I ask a really serious question? Why couldn't you have been this bad on another live stream this week?
Timing. It's all timing. Oh, I'm sorry, guys, but this is my world right now. Plus, I'm doing record collector news. I just finished the map. I may have fucked it up badly. Yeah, there were vacuum tubes, but they're weird tubes that only apply to this transformerless amplifier monoblocks. Michael, talk to me. What are these transformerless
He's not here
power amplifiers? Somebody explain me. There's no transformer. They're light. They had about 4 tubes. They weren't 300 Bs, but they were huge. Here's one.
How much do those tubes go for?
I have no idea. Here.
We need someone to save the stream, Leland.
Yeah, somebody. I'm ruining it. This is a 8407.
How much does that tube go for, you think?
I have no idea.
$1.
All right, there's a legit question from Jack, Jim.
Is the 40th anniversary Punky's Whip better or worse than the original? They say it's a different version. The CD box set is 2 complete concerts. So it's both shows from Austin and complete, plus the original record, plus a Blu-ray or something like that. So if it was me, I would just buy the CD box. It's, like $50-$60, not bad. The records themselves, I would stick with the OG. I did order one of them. I don't think it's in yet, but the CD box is.
You never
really
find
good.
it with all that shit in your house now.
Well, no, my room is fucked now. You should see my barn. You can't even get in. I got to get rid of the
pig.
subwoofer. Who wants a subwoofer? Somebody come take this subwoofer. Somebody here in LA, drive here. It's a really good subwoofer. And I'll give it to you so cheap. But yeah, I'm what do I do? I have like stuff like this. Put it in a box. Yeah, Barnacopia. It's but I'm telling you, these I really like these quad.
Based on today's episode, I think Jim needs his own channel.
Nope.
He should be in the what's the VC version of the Hoarders?
Stereo Hoarders. Well, I have a feeling that if we were allowed to go into Rob's house with a
it's
camera,
horrible. But you know what? It's
that
records.
would be a hoarder sitch.
Hold on,
It's all records.
Jim. It's records. It's not audio equipment from a
Doesn't matter.
radio
It's
tech 1979.
I'm sure that there are paper plates involved.
I use China.
I need to do a Swedish death clean. That's what I need to do. Could we get somebody out here from the Swedelands? Have you ever owned any counterpoint components? No.
What's a Swedish death cleaning? I don't know that.
It sounds good though. I don't know either, but it sounds like something I want to do.
Hey,
garage sale, yeah.
Let's move on. When people ordered records from overseas, are they still slapping shit on it?
They shouldn't. Well, no, I think he did have temporary tariffs.
The tariffs are supposedly over. Well,
has anyone been assessed a tariff-like fee from ordering overseas? What's that woman? Barry, did you just donate me like $1? Thank you, Barry. Do you have a question you want answered?
Wiki Dixel, 42 records, no fees.
What? Hold on, Wiki. You ordered 42 LPs from the same place?
I supposedly have. It would be come from Germany though, not UK. Well, maybe it's at Analog Africa. I'm supposed to get an Analog Africa.
Patrick, where'd you order this preamp from?
The meaning of life is a message written in Trafalmadorian.
Actually, I can help you out, Leland. Here's the meaning of life, and unfortunately, you don't often find it out until you die. But the meaning of life is when you die, this is what you leave behind. What's that white shit? What's that white shit?
Probably like cleaning fluid. I haven't cleaned this yet. Cleaning fluid.
Did you just say human fluid?
It's Rob. It's your semen, I think. As you should order just for the funsies. Oh God, I need a trash can. Is what I need. But yeah, VPI is worth it. You want that VPI.
When you die, all you leave behind is a bunch of cables. That is the meaning.
So the meaning of life was answered by Kurt Vonnegut in the book Sirens of Titan. That is the best meaning of life I've ever heard in my life. Read it. It's to deliver a message to the end of the universe.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How many people watching have a VPI? Just curious. You don't
count. Cleaning machine.
You don't count.
They're good turntables. I just don't like the aesthetics of them, but they're excellent tables. American made.
Yeah, cable lifters are the meaning of life.
We're not going to get back.
PB Fall has a VPI.
Oh, Barry, you didn't have to. Barry,
enough motherfucking said.
Hold on. Barry, I appreciate this, but you did not have to do this. But
The story of Paul McCartney lost, it's excellent. I think you're talking about the bass.
Is
we
that
talk about the Hofner bass, if that's what you're talking about. You don't say bass here. It's on YouTube in America.
Do you have a link for it?
Did we already say that?
I'll put a link. It's easy to find, but I'll put a link.
Thank you, Barry. You get unlimited questions asked.
Are you getting donos, Rob?
No, but I think Daddy Bog thinks we're his doctor at the home. Doc, I got donos up my yin yang.
Oh, we got a degritter fanboy. Go talk to Dr. Robert about it. Didn't he have a degritter?
I don't know if he does.
No, it was a different one. We did a shootout with the Humming Guru 1.
Hey, not to get morbid and shit, but this is music related. There's this like soul singer rapper dude this guy David who was arrested in LA. But dude, I just saw like this what came out, like this the nitty gritty about him. That's some bad shit. Dude, you come.
That was, you know what? That was you calling me. You just called me.
No, I did not.
That was you.
No, I'm trying to. Hold on.
You set me up, Rob.
No, I did not call you. Stop. I did do something to him, but not today.
VPI has turntables, but they have a couple of cleaners too.
If you guys have morbid curiosity, go read what they released about what that singer did to that girl.
What was his name? George or something? John?
I did not butt dial Jim.
That singer, part of the testimony, part of the prosecution.
Don't go to
this guy ordered on Amazon. He ordered 2 chainsaws and body bags on Amazon.
I put the link in.
How much is that degritter Mark II?
It's like $5,000.
You ain't getting that horrible gerbil box. That. All right, Mazzy, thank you for posting the link. That's the document.
But just search Hofner, the search for the lost bass, the doc. It's on. It's excellent.
Yeah, I could buy a lot of records with that. I could buy a whole new audio system with
You could buy 6 Humming Gurus.
I mean, realistically, I'm looking to get a Techniques turntable, so that's probably what that costs. You know, at Tubi, if anyone has access to Tubi, it is littered with great.
Tubi's free.
But it's not available in every country. I know Canada and here, I think. But it is littered with great music-related documentaries. Lots of good stuff.
I watch Pluto.
Kind of like
one thing.
All the gear that's littering Jim's house.
I watch I Love Lucy on Pluto.
Jim,
Jim,
can I let me give you every episode of I Love Lucy is the same plot.
It is the exact same plot. I know.
But why do you need to watch it all the time?
Because about every 20th episode, it ends literally with Ricky putting Lucy over his knee and spanking her.
Hey,
what about when they drive to California? That's different.
Well, was that the last season? Here's the deal.
No, I think they went back and they moved to the country, and there's all
I always tune in waiting for Fred to realize Ethel was a lesbian.
Well, Fred's, a little light in the loafers as well, but
he was always
Mike. Jazz Bum Dad is here.
Who?
Jazz Bum Mike.
Where's it?
Hey, who's? Oh, Mike watches Lucy on. Yeah, Lucy's the best.
So, what's your kid's favorite jazz record, Mike?
What's the most interesting place your kid has spit up?
The kid is like freshly new.
That's when they
Well,
spit up a lot.
You start
You
with
don't call it
music right
puking
away.
at that age. You call it, oh, he spit up.
I remember moving around the room, dancing around the room, playing "Losing My Religion" from REM and holding Joseph up like it was.
I've so
Okay, here's
I've said this before, but people that claim to have been have encounters with aliens, like and probed. I heard someone say it's a repressed memory of when you're a baby and like your mom's holding you close because those pictures they draw of aliens with the big eyes and stuff, and then cleaning your bottom. You were probed. It's a repressed memory.
So I have one Saturday, my wife and I are, I don't know, watching, got the TV on, we're farting around the house, and the kids come up to us. It's Saturday morning. The kids are really little, this like preschool, really little. One's still in diapers, whatever. And they come up to us and they go, Mom, Dad, what? Will you guys smoke a cigarette and play with us? What do you think they were talking about? They want to know if we'd smoke a joint and then play with them. That's I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm not sure if that's a good or bad story.
No, that's more about how bad of a parent you are.
Dad, will you smoke a cigarette and play with us? Sure. We looked at each other and laughed. And then we smoked a cigarette and played with them.
Danby, I don't think you have to pretend.
Brother Nethel, they're the best.
I went once in the 80s, and I don't remember who I saw. This was like the late 80s, sort of towards the end, or yeah, I don't remember. We saw a bunch of bands. I didn't go in a heyday of this late 70s.
There's something floating around social media of like this 15-year-old British kid who's pretty almost accurately is as Frank Sinatra sound alike, and he's performing singing Frank Sinatra. So I said that's what Mike's kid's gonna grow up to be, that kid with Mike as his stage dad. But my friend, that's how I met Brad. Brad produced the CBGB movies with Alan Rickman. That's a good movie. Well,
I had 2 colonoscopies in 1 month.
Yeah, because you fucked up.
Really? How do you fuck up?
How do you fail?
How do you fake being knocked out and getting probed?
Well, if you can mess up a colonoscopy, Jim.
Well, if you don't clean out your
tell everyone how you messed up your.
I don't want to hear this.
I thought I would help, so I ate a very, very high fiber diet the week before my colonoscopy. Then I had a colonoscopy. Then I was told, you fucked it up. You got to come back. I'm like, why? And they go, because the last thing they want you to have is a high fiber diet the week before a colonoscopy.
Oh, God.
Because the fiber stays in. And so, yeah, so I had to go back within a month in the month of September 2025. I had 2 colonoscopies, and the second colonoscopy, when I woke up, they were giving me a standing ovation. So that was kind of nice. Just saying. Yeah, I didn't prep right. No,
you know what it is? Well, now I don't know about now it's a what's that guy, John Varvatos?
I thought it was a Gap store once.
No, it's a John Varvatos, like clothing and eyeglasses. The what's his name? Varvatos? Is that how?
Hey, here's the deal. Colonoscopies are necessary. If you have cancer,
they're awesome. Are you kidding me? I go all the time.
If you catch the cancer, it's very curable.
Yeah, and it's free.
There's a guy in MacArthur Park who has a 78 Econoline van. He'll give you $20 if you let him give you a colonoscopy.
Hey, Jim, I also heard if you give him a bunch of those cables.
Yeah, Yeah, Tom is
Here's
right.
my next
Let's
one,
get
Austin.
off this bullshit.
Here's my next one.
Hey, Tom, when was your last call?
Yeah, this stream is really not happening right
Hey,
now.
listen, you have no room to talk. You're the one who brought it down.
I'm sorry. Hey, look at my new record clamp weight. That's so cool. I got mine. Go order yours.
You don't use those on Rigas. Rigas suggest you don't use clamps.
Yeah. Rigas are great starter tables.
Yes.
Why do I need this? Do I want it to go in the landfill? No.
Okay, I'm gonna go figure out something to do. I'll be back.
The last time Mazzy had a colonoscopy, they found some of his records. No. I mean, how many reissues of that shit do we need?
So, hey,
there's a joke
we
there,
already
Tom.
talked about this. I'm not a fan. I've never been a fan. I don't know. Fucking Rob stuck this in my hand and said, buy it. And so I did. It's quite good.
It's excellent.
It's really good.
It's my favorite release out of everything I bought for Record Store Day. That's my favorite.
This is not, and this is good. And I'm not really a Cure fan.
Here's a
This
funny
is the only record I have.
Here's a funny thing about that. It's on bio vinyl and it sounds quiet.
What does that mean, bio vinyl?
It means it's made out of bio.
It's a recycle.
All over it.
Recycle vinyl.
We didn't talk about the Miles 56. Is it out yet? Did they ship it? I didn't order it.
No one ordered it.
No one did.
Okay, my turntable comes with a clamp though.
I'm a Cure dude.
Table.
If you're a Cure fan, even if you're not a Cure fan, because Jim doesn't.
I'm not a Cure fan. Good record.
It is really good.
Very good record. I could listen to it a lot.
Well, there's two. Isn't there two versions of it? Isn't there?
Well, they released the greatest hits.
No, but isn't there a version that's spread out over two LPs?
No, they're both two LPs. They're both.
I worry if I play that too much, I might become a Cure fan. So,
but it sounds good.
It is good. It's not anywhere near their best records, but it's good record.
It's all their great.
So that's an injection mold pressing. I thought it was pretty good.
If the Cure did an unplugged, that's what it would be.
Oh, you're talking about
they did do it.
I think you're talking about the last Cure album, not the. I haven't heard the acoustic one.
No, the
bio vinyl, Mazzy, is that the injection molding?
I don't know.
Oh, that's what Torgy is saying. It's the injection molding.
I believe they have, Mike. But
not a bad record.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I might listen to it again today.
It's done. People in the peanut gallery can be playing music while they're listening to us. I can't.
Well, when I watched the ball game yesterday, I was playing music.
The plug nickel. I got the CD box. I didn't get the vinyl box.
I got the vinyl box, but it was destroyed.
They had pressing issues with it.
The one I have is good for the price.
Here's the deal.
It's good.
Sony is hooked up with a GZ, and they have a contract for so many years. And GZ's not doing great stuff, and so Sony is hit and miss sometimes with their pressings. Some are great, like the Springsteen box last year, the big tracks 2. I had no issues. It was a lovely pressing. A lot of their stuff is fine. You just never know.
Well, I don't know. Like everything I've heard about the bio vinyl is bad, but the Cure one's good. So I don't know.
Rix is listening to Yoko. I'm even though it's Yoko, I'm jealous. Yeah, I can't wait to get back to listening to these quads.
Record industry, okay, but they're having some. They're in a company that they're sort of obligated to for now, and they'd like to switch. That's what the word I got.
Well, I thought they press in the U.S. at one of the lesser.
Not Sony.
Right.
I mean, there might be certain specific titles, maybe. I don't know, but
Oh, wait, here.
Oh, I have more records
so
to share.
here's a news story.
What?
Is Arnaldo here? Are you here? BMG acquired or hooking up with Kraft.
Oh, right.
So that could be a good
How
thing.
they,
A bad
what do you
thing.
mean hooking up with Kraft? In what way?
They bought each other, or BMG bought Kraft.
Merging?
Pardon me?
Oh, BMG bought Kraft?
Bought Kraft. Now, I was worried at first because Kraft does an excellent job and they do great reissues, analog reissues, amazing stuff. And BMG hasn't done any kind of audiophile stuff, although they have a great catalog, great music and new artists. BMG is more new artists. Kraft is more catalog, definitely. So I hope BMG allows Kraft to expand and continue and do their niche, the stuff they do, like obviously the Bluesville, OJCs, all that great, the Latin music, the Cuban music. I hope they maybe take BMG titles and do audiophile-ish versions. So the BMG is not part of Sony. It's weird. I always thought it was because of RCA stuff. A lot of the RCA stuff, which was part of BMG, a lot of the RCA stuff like Lou Reed and others are part of Sony. But it's funny, like David Bowie, some of the stuff Sony, some of it Warner Brothers. So it's very confusing. Yeah, no, but it's making another big one. So it might be okay. We don't know yet. I wish Arnaldo, he probably can't speak about it because Arnaldo works for BMG. So I
didn't hear about this. When did this happen?
Like the last couple of days.
That's a big news story. Why didn't you bring that up?
I just did.
I know, but before Jim did his parade of nonsense equipment.
Since he did Cablegate, Cable Guy, I don't know.
Yeah.
I got the Kraft Willie Cullen, the salsa stuff they do are excellent. You're right. Kraft does great stuff.
Hey, Maz. A VCR head cleaning kit.
Okay, let's move on. We're not talking about that anymore.
Jim, take a deep breath and stop.
Right into the trash.
Dude.
BMG buys Kraft records.
Now I know why that lady wanted that shit out of there.
Okay, here's the deal. Look at this headline. Rob?
Yes.
Wow. Now explain to me why my degree of concern should not be measured in micro give-a-shits.
Well, I mean, it's a big deal. We'll see, they're two indies, really. And, who knows I don't know if it's going to be good or bad. I don't know.
How is BMG an indie? I don't understand.
Well, they're still an indie because they're not part of WEA. They're not part Warner Music. They're not part of Sony. So in a way, it helps them not getting gobbled up by Warner's or Sony, really. So it's
BMG has major acts on their label.
Yeah, but BMG is mostly new acts. I mean, they do reissues, but they do a lot of reissues. They do the Brian Ferry stuff, and yeah. So
they have bigger acts than Brian Ferry.
Of course they do. That's reissue stuff. Super Free Animals, I think, isn't that part of?
Who's David Bowie?
Well, that's a good question because some of his stuff comes out through Warner's and some of it comes out through Sony. So I don't know what it is now. The last box I got through Warner's, not Rhino. So I don't know if it's all one thing. It's same with Prince. Prince has some stuff. I think the soundtracks maybe with Warner's, like Purple Rain.
Who puts out his catalog? Like it's now its own thing.
I think Sony, but it used to be on Warner's. Remember, he was with Warner's.
Yeah.
So but I think there's some crossover things. Yeah, Concord has other things than Kraft too. Yeah.
But it's just Kraft, not Concord.
Bartleman's group. Yeah, they're out of Germany. They're out of Berlin, I think. Yeah. Ivan, we actually talked about 45 minutes ago
Yeah,
about
why don't you?
Beatles All Space.
Yeah,
I
stop
put
Devon's
it-
listening to music. He's not paying attention.
It's
He's
yeah,
on
you're
YouTube
dancing
in
around in
America.
your disco shorts.
It's on YouTube. It's an excellent documentary. It's on YouTube in America.
Who knows what this is? Last Stylus Cleaner. You ever seen this?
No, we don't want to see that.
No one wants to see your nail polish.
Now, Kraft just announced, this is interesting because a few years ago there was a Record Store Day double album of Stax Does the Beatles. And now Kraft, and I'm sure Wax got the email yesterday, Kraft announced they're doing a single LP of the Stax covering the Beatles, the soul artist.
Oh, right.
Wilson Pickett, Hey Jude, and all that stuff.
One side is what's his name? The 11-minute version.
There's a great Booker T
Yeah.
in the MGs. What
Other Side of Abbey Road
or whatever it's called.
The other side of the whatchamacallit.
No,
street.
it's actually a road in
There's
Mickelson.
actually a new outtake. It might have been in a CD box of Buena Vista Social Club of alternate or outtakes from Buena Vista that comes out tomorrow, I believe.
How many fucking records are they going to release from that?
Well, before we invade Cuba and try to take over Cuba,
Oh Jesus!
Macklemore.
Yeah, that's it.
Macklemore Avenue.
I have it. That's a great album.
Yeah.
It really is very good.
It is good. It is good. Steve Cropper.
What's the best Beatles cover album by someone?
Well, it depends what genre you like.
I know the best cover of a song.
Boston Deary?
No, the best cover of a Beatles song. There is one.
Joe Cocker. A little
No,
help from my friends.
no, Al Green.
Yeah, I think Joe Cocker gives it a run for the money.
No, Al Green's better.
All right, well, not Stars on 45. Not the George Benson, the Abbey Road thing.
I want to hold your hand, Al Green.
There's the dub reggae album, the reggae album CD. I guess it's on vinyl too. I don't know. I haven't seen
Green's album is good.
the reggae one that covers the entire of Sgt. Pepper. They also same group All Stars that reggae All Stars they cover also Dark Side of the Moon, Dub Side of the Moon.
Elektra is Warner Brothers, right?
But Eddie Hazel, didn't
No.
covered one song, right?
There's a great Neil Young cover record. What's that one?
Now, there's
There's
tribute
some-
records are different than really one artist doing a cover.
One art. Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to think one artist doing a whole Beatle cover. I mean, there's a bunch. I have a bunch. Atkins plays the Beatles is great. The Chipmunks sing the Beatles hit. I love the Chipmunks. Yeah, Joe Pizzarelli. There's a bunch of jazz ones. There's a bunch of jazz.
It's great.
There's bluegrass. The guy that is a co-owner of Amoeba Records, Joe Goldmark, does a whole Beatle on the pedal steel. He plays pedal steel guitar, and he has a CD
For that cover, Jim.
covering the Beatles.
That's the album.
That's it.
That's a good album.
Yeah. Yes, it is. On Stax. What the fuck is this? It's a tool of some kind.
Yeah, Jim, did you go to an old gynecologist's office or audio equipment?
I don't know.
I
don't know.
Remember the movie? What is the superhero movie with Ben Stiller and Bowling Girl?
Yeah. The Impossibles or something
Okay.
like that.
Jim is doing the part of Tom Waits in that movie.
Now, Mazzy, I know
Yes.
you hate the
Yes,
movie.
Zappa did Beatles.
I know you
Zappa
hate.
did.
Okay, I know you hate the movie, but is the soundtrack any good to you or no?
Please come and respond to Eddie
it's a
Jazz
great soundtrack and a great movie, and I know we're going to argue about this, but Across the Universe,
Movie's horrible.
I just watched it again.
Soundtrack's good.
It's actually not horrible.
It is.
But the
Well, I was
soundtrack-
involved I was involved in the testing,
All right. It did.
and that
terrible.
she's a horrible
Julie
director.
Taymor. Well, she does.
Julie Taymor. It's not a good movie.
I like the movie, but the soundtrack produced and arranged by T-Bone Burnett and all the versions of Beatles, really good. Joe Cocker's in it. Eddie Izzard's in it. The actors do. I like the versions because they rearranged the version of "I Want to Hold Your Hand" that's really slowed down.
Yeah, the music is good.
Yeah,
the film is not.
Across the Universe is, and that Across the Universe. If you see that vinyl soundtrack, it goes for a lot of money on vinyl, Rob. So if you see it, just put it in my pile.
I think I've seen it. You never
It
got
goes
it?
for a couple $100.
You never got it when it came out?
I have a CD. No, I bought CDs in.
I think I've seen it, but it was expensive.
Yeah. If you see it under $100 for me, I'd take it.
I don't know if it's very unappreciated, but I think it found a cult following.
There was a young girls were into it when the movie came out. They would go see it multiple times.
That's right. That's a good one.
I Am Sam is good too.
The soundtrack to I Am Sam is all Beatles.
You know the story about that? When they were making the movie, they were playing Beatle music while they were, part of the storyline as they live on set. And it was too expensive to license it. So they got all these independent artists to actually cover all the songs. That wasn't initially the concept.
Ben Folds does Golden Showers, right?
Not,
is that good?
Golden
take about an hour on the Tower of Power as long as it gets a little
Golden Slumbers. Golden Showers is Trump.
I know. I'm joking.
But there's a good not Sean Penn, Michael Penn and Amy.
Zappa did a phenomenal cover.
I appreciate the donos, but ask a question or something. But you don't have to dono, but I appreciate it.
Well,
Zappa did covered Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. It was fucking phenomenal. And he covered I Am the Walrus.
No, what about William Shatner's version? That's better.
Of Lucy?
Yeah.
Okay, that's better, but Zappa's is number 2. He did change the lyrics from Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds to Louisiana Hooker with Herpes. And it became a song about, what's his name? The preacher, I have sinned. Jimmy Swaggart. Louisiana hooker with herpes.
All right, we get it, Jim. Can you go back?
Picture yourself with a whore in New Orleans.
Hey, Jim, do you have like a European converter, please?
Rob, you and I have to have a conversation after this. I think it's time we're going to have to put Jim in a home.
I think it's pretty much time. Jim shouldn't come on either before 8 o'clock or after 7:15. I don't know, man. I think Zappa's cover of Lucy in the Sky, and he did I Am the Walrus. He covered that straight. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Blackbird, Crosby, Stills and Nash.
They did a version.
It was supposed to be. It was on the outtake album that came out. I think they did it. Was going to be for one of their albums, but then they didn't release it to a box set later.
What is it on?
It's on one of the box sets later. I think outtakes. During a CD era. I guess it's on vinyl too, but now. But
Filipino Box Spring Hog. I'm not sure.
I don't know that one.
Picture yourself.
Did someone do something stupid in the VC that I can rant about? Let me know.
Jim was on a live stream the other day.
Well,
I was on a live stream with some. I was, not slumming.
Jim, you said to call you. You said to call you when. Never mind.
Yeah, Zappa and Lennon fell out. Zappa sued Lennon over the Lennon Live in New York. Scumbag. the song Scumbag. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but isn't Sinatra famous for saying there's some great songwriters, Lennon and McCartney, and then he sang a George Harrison song, right? Isn't that the famous thing?
Probably.
Rix, what is this? Is it Tom Waits eating the bug in the movie, Dracula movie? Yeah, that's a good version. Susie's dear.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah, I have the 12-inch of that. Yeah.
I'm about a Filipino box spring home.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, the two I should have got, See Emily Play. I knew that, but in my mind, I couldn't think of it. So I thought of Arnold Lane, which was the wrong answer. And I know I couldn't think of Johnny Halliday's name, you know, out of France. So those two I should have got, but I didn't know.
You got to come visit, what's his face? The dog.
Well, first of all, anything with Brent of the Grateful Dead singing is shite. Okay. For the record, I think, why couldn't the Grateful Dead finally get one piano player who could sing? You know, I guess they had the guy later, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Which I don't love him personally, but they just needed a good singer. Jesus Christ. And I love the Dead, but those piano players, Brent especially.
Hey,
Eddie tuned in late.
Eddie, watch the stream from the beginning.
I went into a dead guy's house and I pulled out his stereo.
And the dead guy.
Oh.
Jim went
I got
to
a pair
guy's
of
house and he
Brent Midland. Let's take a poll. Brent Midland's boys.
Is that how it sounded?
Not really. I'm just making it up.
It's
I know. I understand. Yeah. I guess. I think it depends when you come in with the Dead and when you follow the Dead. And for me, from 68 to 79, 70, just before. I mean, I like the stuff with Brent, but yeah, Bruce Hornsby had a good thing. I just get a little bored with Bruce Hornsby. He had a good voice.
He's doing a big tour. He's putting out an album. I think.
Yeah, right? You know, I was looking forward to more stuff with Vince Welnick. Of course, then Jerry died, and then he offed himself, unfortunately. But he's not really a singer either. So they couldn't find a piano player who could sing. I mean, they had all these chances. It's like exploding drummers with other bands.
Did they just do that in concert, or did they put out an album?
No, what's great about that, was it Halloween? Fish covered entire album. I have the CD of Fish covering the entire White album, including Revolution Number 9. Yeah, it is good. I mean, it's interesting. They cover Revolution Number 9 too. So it's an interesting CD.
Don't try and pawn off your equipment on Eddie.
Yeah, Bowie covers Across the Universe. He also covers a George Harrison song, Try Some, Buy Some, on Reality.
How about a phase detector? Anyone need a phase detector?
Dude, stop. You know what I pictured Jim's house like? A claw machine.
Okay.
Claw reaches down.
Oh, look, a phase detector.
Let's talk about Jim in terms of this great movie from around 1970-ish, 71. You ever see Where's Papa?
Oh, yeah, that was a great movie.
We need to
that
put
Ruth
Gordon,
Carl Reiner.
Siegel. No, it's Ruth Gordon, George Siegel, and Ron Liebman. We're going to put her in a home. We're going to put Jim in a home.
Yeah, but isn't it directed by Carl Reiner, right?
Is it directed by Carl Reiner?
Let me look.
I love Where's Papa. Ruth Gordon is great in that. Was it 1970?
Directed by Carl Reiner.
Is it 71, 72? What year?
1970. And you know who wrote it?
Let me guess. The guy who wrote The Graduate.
No, the guy who wrote Weekend at Bernie's.
Who is that?
Robert Klein.
Oh, the comedian. Oh,
really?
No, he's not a comedian.
But not that Robert Klein?
It's Kalane.
Oh, I love Joe. Joe with Peter Boyle.
That was a good movie too.
And He wrote Weekend at Bernie's, and he wrote and directed the sequel, which I like that movie.
Okay, here's a
Not
Hollywood.
Why were movies so good in the late 60s?
They were great. It was a great
Why?
time.
because it's
Putney Swope.
Jim,
Putney
Jim.
Swope.
Jim.
Putney-
Did
yeah.
you watch every single movie that came out last year?
Watermelon Man?
So you don't
No.
know.
No, I don't know, but every one that I did see seemed derivative.
Yeah, but people don't remember the bad movies.
Yeah.
If we went over every movie that came out in 1969,
Yeah.
there are more bad.
It was a
movies.
good, but 68 to 73 was a great time for
I'm
independent.
going to let you know
American
something.
Yeah.
No, as someone who surveyed people on what they like about movies, no one remembers the bad movies.
Right.
They remember the good movies.
Okay, I have a celebrity LA story. One
Does
year,
it
I
involve
was
tables?
okay, what's the big? Not the Sunset Marquee. The big kind
The
of
one when John Belushi died?
hotel. No, not the Marmont. On Sunset.
The
It's
Riot
the-
House, the Hyatt House. The
No,
Riot
it's
House.
it's the
The
one that
Hideout?
has the bar above
There's
the
smoke
pool.
coming out of your mouth, Jim.
What's the one? It has that bar. The
The
bar.
Riot House. No?
No, it's the bar above the pool. It's kind of a trendy hotel. But
Roosevelt?
the
Roosevelt?
bar is right above the pool, but it's a separate little building with a thatched roof.
The Roosevelt.
No, it's not the Roosevelt. It's all white. It's one of the Ian Schrager hotels.
It's on the strip.
Tell your story.
Anyway.
On Sunset Boulevard.
I'm in there and having a drink after two different times. One, Jim Marshall was there, the photographer with a bunch of people. But I see this one big table and there was a guy sitting alone and it was Peter Boyle. So I actually walked over to him because I don't know. He looked over at me and I said, "Do you mind if I sit?" He goes, "No." And we started talking and I said, he was I think not the best man. He wouldn't have been John and Yoko's best man, but he was. I said, I remember you were friends with John and Yoko. If you Google Peter Boyle and John and Yoko, you'll find John and Yoko were at, I guess, Peter Boyle's wedding, maybe his best man or something. So he's friends of John Lennon, and he's surprised that I knew that he was friends with John Lennon. It's a photograph. If you Google Peter Boyle and John and Yoko in a restaurant, and so we started talking. The Mondrian, that's it. Thank you, the Mondrian. Not the Madrid, the Mondrian, and the Sky Bar. That's what it's called, the Sky Bar. It's right next to the pool. And so I talked to him for a bit. He was really nice. I talked about the movie Joe because Joe was the first thing I think I saw Peter Boyle in. And when I saw that movie, that was a young. What's the actress who's the young girl?
Karen Black?
No.
Barbara Hershey.
No. What's the young girl in Joe? One of her first, Susan Sarandon.
Okay.
And he plays this redneck guy that's, almost like Archie
He's like
Bunker.
a working class dude who's upset with the way the world is going.
And this guy comes in, they meet in a bar, and he's talking about his daughter got taken by hippies and drug dealers, and he kind of goes after them. It's a great movie. It's an intense movie of the time. Jennifer Lawrence, 60 years ago, Joe. Susan Sarandon. It's a good movie. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while.
There's more to the story of you talking to him.
It's a very violent movie at times, definitely.
Yes. Actually, here's a little known thing. If you know the history of Canon Films, they used to put out trailers and stuff of movies they never ended up making because they didn't have the money. They were going to make a sequel to that Joe movie. It never happened.
Yeah.
It's actually, Dan B, there is no glitch. That's the problem.
Here, Rob.
Yes. All right, the claw has picked up another thing.
Unopened. Still sealed.
Who needs to plug in a phone into it?
Dude, Jim, it's slowly coming to be.
I don't even have phone jacks in my house.
Hold on. It's becoming
This
more
is from,
apparent.
you know what makes this worth a lot of money? It's got a Laurel Hardware sticker on it. $2.50. Laurel Hardware.
There is a Laurel Hardware in San
Jim,
Francisco.
I think you took shit out of a serial killer's house.
Are you going to
This
plug
is-
in your
This
modem?
is sealed. This
You're going to
is
get
sealed.
you're going to get AOL through that.
Isn't this
This
what
is
that thing?
sealed.
Right? Isn't this the stuff that singer David bought off of Amazon?
This is landline cable, folks. But
Yes,
it's a sealed
That's
landline
perfect to
cable.
tie someone up with. Serial killer.
I missed. Yeah,
What's that-
slab it. Let's slab that mother.
What's that stuff you put over someone's face to make them pass out? Was there some of that in there?
Chloroform.
Chloroform and some.
Yeah, it could be worth something in 100 years. Keep it sealed. I did find some interesting socks and underwear, Mazzy. I don't know what that's all about, but yeah, Laurel Hardware. $100 for the phone cable. Yeah, can we auction this shit at your next auction, Rob? And we have a phone cable here.
Not if I want people to come.
I think, Rob, I know you don't go in and edit after the fact. I think you need to like get with a blade and edit the photo.
Remember the last stream where I made a recommendation that people with these live recordings need to put disclaimers on them. I will put a disclaimer on the stream.
Unbelievable. Okay. All right. Okay. Talk to me.
I think we're
Hey,
over.
is there one of those?
What is this? What is this? What is it? What do you do with this?
Oh, I remember those. Yeah.
You jump?
Isn't that how you charge Frankenstein to make him come
What are
alive?
I forgot what those pins are called. I remember those. I forgot what those pins are called, though.
Oh, this goes up one tuchus and this goes up the other?
No, you don't even know.
All right, everyone. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for the donos.
I apologize for that.
I'll use that money to offset all that shit Jim bought.
Thanks, everybody, for bearing with me.
Have a good weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Goodbye.